This is Mbaise USA Designs. My name is Cliff Ayozie. Today on the program, we have a special personality. A personality that has continued to make his mark in every station he has found himself. From a very humble beginning, he has gotten to a level where you can always stand out on issues that he believes in. He is a member of Onyeukwu Mbaise Association in Virginia, currently a delegate representing Onyeukwu Mbaise. And today, he has occupied a whole lot of positions before getting to this level in his life. Has been the public relations officer of Onyeukwu Mbaise Association, vice chairman of Onyagala One Year Association, and he has been chairman of the ethics committee of Mbaise USA, standing very tall as a delegate, aspiring to be the deputy board chairman of board of delegates of Mbaise USA is Honorable Emmanuel Onyeukwu. Emmanuel Ndukwu Ebulem Onyeukwu. It's my pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much. For a start, there is a little correction I would like to make there. I'm from Onyeukwu Mbaise, Washington, Virginia metropolitan.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So flowing from there, I have my colleague on this very bit, one and only Dr. Namso Norma Opara. You're welcome.
You, thank you, sir. It's a pleasure to be here as usual.
Thank you.
So, Honorable Emmanuel Onyeukwu is of Onyeukwu Mbaise Association of Washington, D.C., Virginia. So, it's our pleasure to have you today.
Thank you very much.
Emmanuel, we all know you as Emma. And of course, from different stations in life, people have different impression of who Emmanuel is. Some see him as a very quiet guy. Some other people see him as a very intelligent guy. And some other person might see him as maybe somebody that is headstrong. I don't know how you want to, describe yourself. So who actually is Emmanuel Onyeukwu?
Thank you very much, and thank you for inviting me to this program to talk to my people in Mbaise. I'm known as Emmanuel Ndukwu Ebulem Onyeukwu from Obonokam Onitsha. From Obonokam Onitsha Nweke in Ezinhide local government area in Imo State.
Well, talking about your background, because I know that you've occupied a number of positions, which we mentioned now. You've been into distributorship, you've been into private life, or you're like a businessman who has been a distributor with Leventis. You've been into leadership with British Petroleum, Amaco, and all that. So when we talk about the positions you've occupied, you've been chairman of the ethics committee. Let's try to look at positions you've occupied, your experience, and the account of your stewardship.
Thank you very much. Like I told you, Emmanuel Onyeukwu. I started my life after my elementary school. I had the opportunity to learn a trade. And in my trade, I learned how to be a shoe designer and a shoemaker by profession. Fortunately for me, God blessed me with it. I grew from it, from becoming a shoemaker. I was able to open up my own company, and then I had workers, and I trained people as an apprentices. I had so many of them. From doing that, I was blessed. I went ahead to look for other businesses in order to expand my business. First of all, I engaged in shoe materials from knowing very well that my job is going on. As for me to succeed, I had to engage in having materials that will enable me to do my job. And as I was doing that, I tried my best to look into, because I love reading, I tried to read a whole lot, go into so many things. Finally, as I was growing, as I was being blessed, I had to get into being a distributor of Leventis Motors. I applied for the distributorship. I was lucky. I was chosen to be a sub-distributor selling motorcycle machines. So I used to sell Honda products, and that is the area I was a distributor with Leventis. As that was going on, I engaged in community services. I'm known in Aba with my. I used to be a member of the Bonokam Family Association meeting or union, we might call it. I served them as assistant secretary. I also, as I was doing with that, there are so many clubs that were coming out then. I engaged myself in one of the social clubs that is called Ozo Social Club. It has so many branches. As I was in that club, due to my um, attitude and the way I performed in the club, I was nominated to be the quartermaster general of the whole nation. In other words, it's kind of being the provost, but they elevated my own to the quartermaster general because all the provosts were under me, and they made it possible that they had to nominate me to be their storekeeper. All their products, all the drinks and everything. I was the storekeeper of the Ozo Social Club of Nigeria. And as I was going on, I wouldn't fail to tell you that I'm blessed. I happen to be growing with my business. One of my uncles, I saw how I was doing in my business. He trusted himself to me. He gave me all his money for business. That my uncle, unfortunately, he died. So when I told him my interest in going overseas to get materials for my job, he was so pleased to. In fact, if I tell you the amount of money he gave me on trust without a receipt, without questioning, it will amaze you. So from there, I kicked off, and up to today, I'm blessed. I have traveled to so many parts of the world. I've been to Italy, I've been to France, I've been to London, and my coming to America was because of my job. I will not fail to tell you that I'm one of those who came to America with paying a fee of £6 to get my visa. So to tell you that I have been a very lucky boy. It didn't cost me anything, only £6 to come to the United States. So I've been very, very lucky in my endeavors. And I came to the United States. I was given a tax in 1992 from Onyeukwu. I'm the first chairman of Onyeukwu Development Union in the United States. I started it up, raised it from 9 members to 100 and something members. Onyeukwu is a 501c. I took it from ordinary meeting and made sure that it becomes a 501c meeting. We have been progressing from there. We have a health center in my community. We were able to renovate it, do something. Those who went there the last time for medical mission, they saw it as one of the biggest places as they have been traveling. It's because of my leadership. We were able to buy a land, survey it, registered it isn't it the local government, had a plan, invited the Minister of Health to come and supervise that place, because our ladies, they were able to bring a full container of medical equipment, gadgets to the center, and their chairman was and is up to now, Mrs. Miriam Kahagut. She led the.
Okay, let's go into the area of Mbaise, your service to Mbaise, USA, because I know you've been quite involved from Organihu Mbaise Association. You're a delegate since the 12th National Convention till date, I want to believe. And you've also been chairman of the Ethics Committee of Mbaise, USA. Would you want to share your experience, give account of your stewardship, within this period?
Thank you very much. I in Organihu, who saw me, who when I became a member there, they saw the potentials in me. The first activities I got into was 2019 convention. So when I came in, they put me to the local chapter organizers, and they were finding it difficult to see or locate where to host the convention. Fortunately, one of them who knows what I can do jokingly told me, "Look, if they miss to host this convention, it's going to be my fault. That I know more than most of them. I should go ahead and get a hall for them." As he gave me that challenge by Vincent Okroha, he gave me that challenge. I said to myself, after looking at all the members of this organization, after searching for so many for 2 months, they have not gotten anything, and he felt that Emmanuel can be able to deliver. I said, okay, I'll say give me a few days. Within 3 days, I had to go and negotiate for the convention center where the Mbaise were hosted. The negotiation was solely me. As a businessman, I know how to negotiate. I negotiated for the hotel. I made them understand that we will fill the hotel. As I told them, I talked to them as a businessman, and they gave me a challenge. And I asked them what I will get, what we will get if we can be able to get they promised me free rooms for my executives, because I told them that my executives deserve to have free rooms. We negotiated that. We agreed. We negotiated so many other things. Before I told them that now, after this negotiation, I'm going to call the people that is in charge. I went ahead and called Vincent. Look, come over. I take him to the hotel. He joked with me and the hotel manager and asked how I managed to secure this place. I will tell you one thing that I will not like all of you to put as politics, but I will tell you the true story. When I mentioned Mbaise USA for that hotel, they refused and told me they do not have good reputation. I said to them,
What was their reason?
That's what I'm going to come. I told them, no, that's not true. That's not true. When I challenged them, the lady said he is going by the report of their previous activities. So she brought out some hotels they have dealt with and told me the problems they had there. I told them it's not in this one. That take it from me, that is the Mbaise, that Mbaise that time is when they were trying to organize themselves. Maybe people misunderstood them. It's not this time. So I called Vincent. Vincent told me, Emmanuel, no, don't worry about it. There was a time we had problem, but it's not that way now. And but okay, go ahead and use Organihu. I had to use Organihu to put in place of Mbaise USA. So we secured the hotel. And I made them to understand that it's Mbaise USA that is going to use it. Because I don't want, at the end of the day, they said I'm lying to them. I told them that this is the host chapter, and these are the people that are going to use the hotel. They said okay. They agreed. And I gave back to Vincent the contract. I told him what I have negotiated. He was pleased. I said, since I have not been going to some other Mbaise activities, you will negotiate more better than I have negotiated based on how Mbaise operates. So he said yes, that he's going to invite Beto, that is the manager of the hotel issue. Then he went ahead and the hotel continued to invite me to be part of the negotiation. At the point in time, I told them, look, I'm a local chapter member. This is now a national issue. It's going to be people on the national level. And I'll stop them from negotiating with me. In fact,
So, would you want to extend your thoughts as a delegate? You know, what role you've played
okay.
representing OMA at
okay.
the
Now, as a delegate, when they nominated me to be the delegate, I didn't recommend myself. I didn't know how it works. So they recommended me. Somebody said, put Emmanuel there. You will not regret his becoming representing us. As God will have it, they took me down there. The first 2 years gone, second 2 years gone, they still kept me. The last time is about to reappoint delegates. Isn't he there? They appointed me unanimously. They returned me unopposed, and they said to other members trying to contest, we don't contest Emmanuel's position. That is how I came back to be this is my third time or 6th year in the service. That's all about the delegates. About my relationship with the board. The board knows me. They know I don't hide my feelings. I tell them the way I see it, with respect, because I believe we are there to serve the community. Yes. And all we know the community is to tell them the truth and be respectful to each other. So that is what I can say about that so far.
Thank you so much, sir. Of course, it's such a pleasure to have you here. And I have to say that I'm quite impressed with your background. Very impressive. So somebody like you who has been able to represent a company as a sole distributorship, you apparently have high qualities and can run for any position of your choice. Do you mind sharing with us the aspiration behind running for the deputy chair of the board? And I know people like you, business people like you, who are blessed with great business negotiation abilities, usually go to places where they identify gaps. Do you mind sharing the gaps you have identified with the current board or the Mbaise board as in general, and the aspiration behind you running for deputy board chair?
Thank you very much. When it comes to my aspiration and my belief about the board of delegates, I'm not going to say the executive is not a superior part of Mbaise USA, but I will most definitely tell you that the board of delegates is the most superior part of Mbaise USA. Reasons is they make the law, and they will make sure that that law is kept. So they are the people to enforce the law. So if I see lapses on there, it's not only that it's going to hurt Mbaise, it's going to disorganize it, because that you are giving the executive leverage that they may misuse. So if you are a board member or a board chairman, you have a whole lot to deliver. You made the law. The best thing for you is to enforce the law. When it comes to enforcing the law, it's like a blind woman in the court. You are enforcing the law to make sure that everybody is being respected and justice is carried along. So I believe that the Board of Delegates has a lot to do for Mbaise. It's not a pushover thing. And if you are not strong enough, the executive will bully you out of your position. They will bully you out of the position right away. But if you put your foot on ground and tell them, look, this is what the law says. This is what we gave you to administer. You cannot step out of it. You have to follow it as written. So I strongly believe that the Board of Delegates has a lot. As me coming in, my reason for coming in is to come and straighten things up. Make sure that there is integrity on the board. Make sure there is honesty on the board. Make sure there is fairness on the board. This accountability, all these things must be carried out. What people don't understand is leadership has a lot to give to the followers. When you see leadership is if the people don't know what they mean, what the word, the followers of the sheep, the leader of the sheep. If you watch the sheep, any leader of the sheep must be in front. The sheep follows that leader. And if you misbehave, your sheep are gone. So leadership is honesty. Honesty is the leadership. Whatever you tell your followers, when they go out there, it's like a bank. Because if you tell them lies, they go out there and spread the lies you are telling to them, and anything happens to them, you are the cause of their problem. Therefore, you have to be honest to them in all your deliberations, in all your dealings with them. You have to show honesty and integrity. That is the paramount of the whole thing. Now, myself coming in, what I want to bring. I want to bring that honesty. I want to bring fairness on the law, justice, and also, Mbaise USA is a non-profit organization with the density that is too large. The population of Mbaise is too large. That doing mushroom business, doing things without proper documentation, without proper office, is not there. As a legislator, if I go there, I'm a vice deputy board chairman. My work is to guide and protect the chairman. I will also inspire to him or tell him things I will know that will make Mbaise a greater place. Mbaise USA, based on our population, we're supposed to have an office. That office, we're supposed to have one office in Central and one office in Eastern. That office is there to have staff that will work there. 2 or 3 staffs. We have part-time staff. And we have a phone bank. Mbaise USA should have 1-800 number. If you call it 1-800 number, Mbaise USA, you ask for questions. You have somebody who is going to be minding our website all the time. If anybody wants to go to Mbaise USA to find out something from the Mbaise USA through the website, somebody is there to direct him or to respond to him as quick as possible. And also, I will introduce through my chairman that Mbaise, as non-profit organization, should have to pay tax to all the 50 states. I will encourage them. If you cannot pay the tax for the 50 states, the 49, 30-something states, in fact, I will say to the whole 50 states, pay the tax over there. So when you go there to solicit, nobody will ask you questions. They see you as non-profit organization. They see you as somebody who is obeying the law. They see you have staff over here. They see you pay your taxes based on your staff in there. You'll be welcomed. You solicit anywhere without fear of breaking the law. So these are the things that I would like to bring you into USA as a businessman to make sure. Look, you ask yourself, you are in America. 90% of American business non-profit organizations have staff. And where is yours? You are telling me you are working. We don't need to go see anybody who's going to be saying, I'm going to on a medical mission. You are doing us a favor. You're not doing me a favor. You're doing yourself a favor. Because you're supposed to have to either you volunteer to do it by free and get a rebate of it from your job. And when you're going, you're supposed to represent us there as doing something and not to go there to feed yourself. So whatever money you are spending there will be accounted for. And I will encourage Mbaise USA to, if I can have a committee of friends, and anybody that donates to me, his name or her name appears in my bank. What stops Mbaise USA to have such link? Anybody who wants to pay will go to that Mbaise USA and make payment, and the Mbaise USA will see it in the account. That is what I'm going to bring as a businessman, and the check and balancing will be there. So you cannot tell me you are not gaining anything. You are gaining a lot. Anybody that is working for Mbaise USA is gaining a lot. Myself, I'm gaining a lot. You know why I'm gaining? Without me being a member of the delegates and coming over here to contest this election, you can't see me on this air. I have profited by giving my service. So I strongly believe that as a businessman, if I come in, I'm going to, and also what I will try to tell my chairman for us to enact with other members of the delegates is Mbaise has to have a solicitor, people who solicit for fund. You have solicitors. You have people you can have as contractors. You solicit from this amount of money to this amount of money. You have percentage of this amount of money. It's being done in the United States. All these big shows. Obama went to White House with non-profit. Who went out there to solicit for him? So it's time for us to get out of the box, think out of the box, and use what we have. We have the manpower. We have what it takes to make Mbaise a better place. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You have very, very exciting points. Very exciting points you've made. You've touched on Mbaise USA having 1800 direct line. You talked of being employment generating organization, and also touched on the area of Mbaise USA, making it mandatory for them to pay tax in 50 states of United States, if possible. Have you been able to work out how much it will cost if we have to pay tax in the 50 states, and what we could have as a fallback? That's on one side. The other part, you talked about the role of the board of delegates as one that makes law and should also enforce the law. I was thinking that is a separation of power where they make the law and possibly the executive enforces the law. So what role is left for the executive if the board of delegates makes the law and enforces the law?
Okay. Now, the delegates makes the law. What I mean by them enforcing it is when the executive go over or less than what they gave to them, is their authority, is in their authority to call the executive and say, look, you have gone overboard, or you are not doing what we are asking you to do. That is what I mean by trying to enforce the law. Yes, the executive will execute the law, but sometimes when they become lousy on it, it's up to you to come back and tell them that you are lousy here.
Get it.
I don't know. I don't
In
know if
other
that.
words, sorry,
So
sir.
the tax
In other
aspect,
words,
will you want to enlighten us a lot more?
Come back again. I'm sorry.
so I was saying, in other words, you're saying
Sorry,
there.
the tax aspect.
Okay, the tax aspect. Now, you see, the tax aspect is it's not a big
Yes.
deal money. The tax aspect is not a big deal money. It's what you verify. Some places the tax maybe $10, $15, $20. It's not a big deal because I've inquired for that on the Child Movie Development Union. We inquired for it. We know the tax is not a big. It's not a big money. The states don't charge you that much. The only thing it gives you why is necessary is if you do it, you can be able to solicit in a very better way. Let me give you for example. If you pay the tax in Consumer Regulatory Affairs over here as a non-profit of Mbaise USA, and you are coming to do any activity over here, with that you can go to the business department here and tell them you are coming to do business here, and in this your business you will be selling candy to promote your business, to solicit and make money. They'll give you that authorization right there, so that you can make your candy on business name. Mbiseme candy $3, there $5. Let's do it 5,000. Let's do it 1,000%. They make candy $2. There for $5 here.
Even when you are non-resident in that particular state,
Yes, and because you pay the tax here,
even
you
when the
are.
organization is not a resident of that state.
501c is a national is a national program. It's federal government program. It's federal.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 501c is a federal entity. So you have, with that 501c, you can do anything in the United States. The only thing is, do you have the tax or the permission to do it? If I happen to be in argument with the with the Mbaise USA, I'm not going to do it in Texas. I'll call them here because they have an affiliate here. So it's a federal issue. It's not a state issue. Why you register in state is because the federal covers all the states. And when you go there to tell them you are a non-profit organization, you are stationed in Dallas, they will tell you the rules on how you pay your taxes over here. And the only thing for that is it gives you the authority to solicit here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so you as a businessman, I know what I'm telling you how it goes. And it's very unfortunate that we have experts in taxes, accountants, who knows all these things. So there are so many ways you can make this 501c. You can embark on any project if you have genuine documentation of that project. You register it in Nigeria or wherever you want to do that project. You have the certificate. You have, so that if I, Emmanuel Onyeukwu, wants to help Mbaise USA, I don't have to go to the president and ask. You have come to me to solicit for $5, and I said, "What are you going to use it for?" You said you are building a hospital in Nigeria. Okay, where in Nigeria are you building the hospital? You tell me. You don't have to know. You don't have to say anything again. Tomorrow morning, I go to the computer and find out if your hospital is registered in Nigeria. If you're building anything in Nigeria, you don't have to know that. And if I lie to you, if you lie to me, if I go there, I did not show any document that shows that this is what you have there, you are gone. I'm not going to give you that money. And I will help not to see any other person give you that money because you're a liar. So, non-profit organization, people think it's a joke. It's not a joke. They put you to prison. They don't play with you. The non-profit. So to pay the taxes, everybody knows that if you pay the taxes in any places, and that will help you also. That will help you also, because if you are looking for something in the government, that will help you say, yes, this is a non-profit organization. He pays his taxes. They pay their taxes. Then somebody will sit down and talk to you. because your staff are being paid and they pay the taxes to the government. But government is not like I'm sorry to say this now. Like people who went to Europe the other time. We spent $12,000 to go to the Europe. That was what it was earmarked. But that $12,000 should earn us something by the government. Because if you go there, go to that place as a Mbaise a non-profit organization, you are going to do a charitable issue there. You buy those tickets with credit card. Mbaise a credit card. At the end of the day, government know that you went to the business of Mbaise non-profit organization business. But you do it on your own. I mean, let's come on, man. Let us be who we are, who we think we are, or what we say we are. We said we are educated, we are this, we are that. What have you shown for those things?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I mean, you have shown us that you have the integrity based on your previous experiences. You've shown us that you have the capacity to assist the president of Mbaise. I mean, the president, the chairman of Mbaise Board of Delegates, if elected. My question to you is this: you've been a delegate for the past 3 years, sir, and by your accounts, you have contributed enormously in one way or the other. Where was Mbaise when you started? Where is Mbaise today from your perspective? And where do you think you can take Mbaise? What are some of the things you would do to propel Mbaise to higher heights if elected?
Thank you. One, I will try as much as I can to make sure we understand ourselves without malice. We exchange love to each other. We tell each other the truth. We work as a team. And we allow criticism. You allow somebody to criticize you without you thinking that that person wants to drag you down. If you do things, nobody criticizes you or give you every leverage you want, that person is not doing you a favor. When I started in Mbaise USA, there was a lot of love. How I started with the board of delegates, I was given ethics chairman by a man who did not know me. I have not seen him before. I only met him there as board chairman. Mr. Iwu, he made me ethics chairman. He don't know me. He don't know my background, but he saw my contribution to the committee, to the ethics, to the delegate committee. He saw my questions to him. I asked him questions that he finds difficult to answer. I asked him questions based on the issue of the moment. And he answered me when it time to look for somebody who will work for Mbaise USA without fear or favor. He called me. He said, that is the guy who, whenever he asks me a question, I find it difficult to answer. And he asks me a question with his whole heart. That is what we need. Somebody who understands that asking you a question or telling you something is not letting you down, is to make you more stronger and make you more smarter. So that is what I saw then. Now what I'm saying is, if you talk too much, you'll be removed from the forum, which is not the right way. If you go to the board of delegates and talk too much, they take you out completely. The last time they took me out completely, removed. It wasn't my saying. You are removed. Why? Is that democracy? That's autocracy. You have laid down rules. If you think somebody is making noise or somebody is going over the board, you have laid down rules for that, and not to remove that person who is representing a chapter. He's not representing himself there. When you removed him, you removed the chapter. Why would we go that late? It's autocracy. I don't like him. Why would he say that? It's not what we are there for. We are there for disagreement. That is how our thinking is or are. So
Okay.
when you go to such places and receive such things, it doesn't show the relationship. We are all there to make friends. We are all there to know ourselves. The benefit of this meeting is make friends. You don't know where you're going to meet that person tomorrow. And if you don't make friends with him, enemies, it's not going to be helpful. So what I will do is, if I come in, I will maintain the position of knowing that I can offend you by my word of talking. You can offend me by a word of talking. I will always understand that what we are fighting for is the issue of the moment. My relationship with you as brother and sister still remains. Thank you very much on that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sorry. Now, so let me just take him up on the issue he raised earlier. Well, if you're just joining us, our guest is Honorable Emmanuel Onyeukwu, candidate aspiring to be the Deputy Board Chairman of the Board of Delegates, Mbaise, USA. He has touched on a lot of issues quite illuminating, one of which is about how much was spent in Europe in sponsoring some members of Mbaise, USA. You put the figure at $12,000. I know you're a member of the Board of Delegates. If there are reactions after this interview, contrary to the fact that this amount was spent or was released to these people that represented in Mbaise, USA, how would you react? If there are figures, documented evidence, showing contrary figures to what you just said here, that's on one side. And on the other side, you were the chairman of the Ethics Committee and you had a mandate to deliver. How did it all end up? Were you able to achieve that set goal for the Ethics Committee within record time? So enlighten us along that right.
Thank you very much. One is when I go to the meeting, I try my best to pay very good attention. To the best of my knowledge, I know that the board approved $12,000 for that trip. If by God's grace, they did not spend up to that $12,000, I will say thank you to them for being good managers of the organization's money. But if there is anything less than that, I may have a slip of tongue. But to the best, I'll still believe myself that a total of 12,000 was approved on the board level. If it's more than that or less than that, I don't have any problem. It's based on what they told us that is going. They said about 4 people are going, and each of them was allocated either 3,500 or 3,000, something towards that way. So that is why I mentioned the money I mentioned. Now, when it comes to Ethics Committee, I try not to talk about the Ethics Committee. I try not to. I look at it as something that happened and gone.
Because that's a position you've occupied,
yes.
One could also refer to.
Yes. I thank you for bringing it up. Like I said, I try not to talk about it because I was told in San Francisco when we went to, San Francisco, when we went to the convention over there, I was told that ethics will be dissolved. They said the word the president used that day is election has consequences. That they will have to look into the ethics committee as time goes on. That was his word. I wouldn't forget that day. Then when it came to answering why I did not finish on time, I finished on time. I rather came and told them that my job is finished. One part of it is finished. The other part is not finished. I told them why. They only held their hands on. Emmanuel said the people who went to Europe disrupted his snow. I said that. I won't deny it. But I know why I said that. Because all we had in hand is almost gone. What we are looking for is some of the members who went to Europe to tell them that we need to see them in the distance, in the ethics. So when I came in and told them what we are going through, they approved another 1 month to me. They approved another 1 month. Not only that they approved it, the attorney of the organization told me he's going to amend his fact-finding rules and regulation. He amended it. He said he's going to amend it. They approved it there. Now, because I asked them, I needed more time to do the second part of the investigation. The first part is already out. I gave the secretary.
I think we're running out of time.
Okay, I'm sorry. I gave the secretary. I gave the secretary our final report on the first phase to read and arrange it for submission. Unfortunately, he told me he couldn't submit it. He couldn't get in touch with me. And he is the one who said he's going to negotiate for more time. And I trusted him. So, to my surprise, after approving more time to me for the investigation, for more 30 days, and also approving amendment of the amendment of the from the lawyer, from the attorney general, on the after approving that, within less than 1 day, they wrote me a letter they wrote a letter. I did not receive the letter. They wrote a letter saying that somebody is complaining about the ethics committee being compromised. I told them I didn't see the letter. Nobody sent the letter to me. The secretary asked me, I said, did you send me the letter? Who wrote the letter? I never saw the letter. After 2 days, I had to write them and said, you told me that that we are suspending the ethics committee. We are suspending it. And that a complaint was given. What is the complaint? I never received that complaint up to today. Finally, you know what they did? They said they investigated me, that I compromised with the guy I'm investigating. The guy I'm investigating, somebody, an top official of Mbaise USA, have told me the moment I was given that appointment, he has told me, indict the man I am going to investigate, without even knowing what is in the indictment. He has told me in confidence that, look, I want you to indict this man for stealing 3,400, and I have the paper here with me. The paper here with me never showed anything showing that Vincent Okroa had 3,400 in his pocket. One of the money that was lost there is from my own chapter, $200. I asked my chairman then, may his soul rest in peace, why is this money being missing in this program?
So a total of 3,000 something was not missing. Are you saying a total of 3,000 something was not missing?
Okay, sir, please, let's redirect it, sir, please. I think the reason why we have this...
I think time is not our friend anymore. It's close to 1 hour.
Stewardship, sir. So far, I think you have made your point clear to us. I think if we get deeper into the ethics committee and what happened with that particular committee, we might lose track of time. The last question I have for you is this, sir. If you do not win this election, as you know, this is going to be an electable position. If you don't win this election, are you going to give us your word? Because listening to you today, you have a lot of knowledge that could be beneficial to Mbaise. Are you going to assure us that you will back up the chairman, whoever that is elected as the board, and the deputy board? Are you going to support them? Are you going to back them up? Are you going to provide them with whatever resources that are at your disposal, sir?
Oh, thank you very much. First of all, what made me to be a strong Mbaise man today is because when they remove me from the ethics, they think that will make me lose interest in Mbaise, and that made my interest more stronger. So if I lose, which I know I'm not going to lose, if I lose, I will be more stronger in Mbaise, and I'm not going to lose, because Mbaise wants somebody who is honest and who can work with wisdom. Mbaise wants somebody with courage, and I have that courage. I did not let all the shenanigans going around all the certificate issues going around stop me from contesting. I know what I have, I know what God gave me, and I know what I will give to Mbaise to make them a success
Yes.
in the endeavor of Mbaise. So, my dear, whether I win or not, I'll be more stronger. But I'm assuring you that I'm going to win. Mbaise people are going to vote me because they
Yes,
will
sir.
vote for somebody with a lot of vision. Thank you very
Yes.
much.
And just so you know, we ask every single person that have
So,
come here
what
that
what will be your
question.
parting words? Because time is no longer our friend. I think
Okay.
we've run
First
almost
of all,
far beyond our timing. What's
thank
your
you.
briefly? What's your parting word? What's your word to Ndembise going
Thank you
forward?
very much. First of all, before I give him this parting word, without you here, I wouldn't give him this any parting word. So I wholeheartedly thank you for giving me the opportunity to express myself. Much as I know I don't have enough time to tell you more I can do, I'm so grateful for your opportunity, for the opportunity you gave to me. Having said that, I will use this medium to tell Mbise people, my name is Emmanuel Ndukwu Egbulem Onyeukwu. Onyeukwu Kama Onitsha. Onyeukwu Kama Onitsha Nweke. Vote me, you will not regret it. And I will give you my word this night. If you vote me and you allow me, the delegates allow me to implement what I think will give Mbaise what they need in finance, you will not regret it. And thirdly, if you vote me, I will assure Mbaise that any day, any convention, within 30 days, the executive must render the account. Because I will make sure to tell them that my promise to Mbaise is that within 30 days of convention, the account must be known to everybody. You give them where they are so that they know how to pursue those who owe them and those who are not owing them, and thank them for not owing them. So I will promise Mbaise, USA, if they vote me, they will not regret it. I will make Mbaise a workable and admiring organization. And also, thank you again for allowing me. And now I'm appealing to all the chapters. All the chapters. I will now appeal to their women, all the women, mothers in all the chapters. Tell your husband to vote Emmanuel Onyeukwu, that I will tell you the truth. I will not disappoint you. And thank you for voting for me.
I will tell you the
Thank
truth and I will not disappoint you. And on that very note, I'd like to say a special thank you to Honorable Emmanuel Onyeukwu, candidate for Deputy Board Chairman of Board of Delegates of Mbaise USA. It's been quite illuminating. And that's the essence why we have Mbaise USA Decides program. And
Thank
I'm
you.
sure we'll come your way with another candidate for another position as we go on bringing candidates to you. Like we informed you that we'll keep you more informed and to engender a more admired and celebrated Mbaise. I am Cliff Ayoze, and I'm sure Nonso has a parting word.
No, sir. Thank you so much, Honorable Sir. It is such a pleasure to have you. And we are very, very impressed with your qualities. And I hope somehow you will be able to transfer those qualities to Mbise in whatever capacity possible. We appreciate you being here, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And on behalf of the technical director, Izioma Anosike, I'd like to once again appreciate you for watching this program and also subscribing to it on Mbaise USA Television on the YouTube channel. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.